So, back playing some more Starsector. I think I fixed the issues with the drop frames. Combination of a bad, like, wrong server that I was streaming through, and also I uploaded something earlier in the day, and I thought that was it, but apparently because one of the files was corrupted, it kept redoing the upload over and over again, like restarting when it failed. So it just never stopped trying to upload it. I don't need those mods. Updates right now. Alright, okay, so... Oh, right, okay, I was in this system looking for... a domain error probe. Somewhere near the center... some distance away from the center of the Epsilon Valac system. It could be anywhere, and I'm probably not going to find it. It's something I always forget to check, because when you get one of these missions, it says, to scan a probe or a ship or something, anything that's not a planet. It won't tell you where it is until you find it with your sensors. And if they say it's some distance away, it means it could be like anywhere around here. I mean, it might be over here. It might be at the fringe jump point, but it could be over there. Yeah, I feel it. Oh, whatever. Oh no, the pirates aren't gonna like me anymore. Really broke up about that. Okay, so keep that in mind. The Meropia system, but can I get back the John Empire? No, I cannot get back right now, so I'll have to stop somewhere. See if there's any nebulae, nebuluses I can get fuel from there. Hopefully I'll get some more mainline combat ships and actually have some interesting fights that aren't just killing a couple of no-account drones. I think there's... I can never tell if there's more likely to have something interesting at Brown Dwarf as far as... In terms of... Ooh, there's a desert world and an arid world. So this system has two habitable planets, which I would not have expected in a brown dwarf system, if I'm being honest. Let's see. Oh, a lot of space. Always get rid of the food though. It's not really worth all that much money. Let's see what's down. Let's investigate the worlds first. I've got plenty of supplies, so I don't really need to worry about that. Alright. Ooh. A stellar shade. Orbital solar array. This is actually pretty good. Farming's not actually great, but with the bonus, it's, pretty decent. Hot but habitable. A pretty decent planet, all told. The desert world. Yeah, good ore. It's got transplutonics, which most habitable planets don't. I think deserts are more likely to have them, but I'm not sure. I'm running, one of the mods I'm running is, it's called, I can't remember what it's called. It's like, something skies. Let me see if I can't find it. Brews, better colonies, no siphoning. Next round, no such org. No. Unknown skies. Yeah, that's it. Unknown skies. It adds the ordinarily the game, the background is just black space, which is fine, but unknown skies adds like I think color appropriate like nebula and things like that, just to make the scenery a little bit nicer. And it adds planet types. It's just interesting, different kinds of planet. They're not like overpowered or underpowered. They fall pretty well within the same line as all the other kinds of planets. Just like worlds with a lot of alkali in them, acid worlds that aren't habitable. Just fun, little stuff like that. Here, I'll engage this fight. I would like a cruiser before the end of today. Hopefully soonish. This is really more, it's like between cruiser and destroyer scale, but because it's an armed freighter, it's not really anything to write home about in terms of combat potential. It can hold its own against stuff that's weaker than it already, basically. The drones have a bad habit, especially the ones that are carriers of, I mean, obviously, the AI is smart enough to try and avoid direct confrontation. It doesn't think it can win, to back off when it needs to. Carriers tend to stay back, which is nice and all, but when you're fighting drones, because they don't ever retreat, unlike regular people do, like regular like pirates and other factions, they'll just sit at the edge of the system, or the edge of the combat screen. Like, they'll run over, like, here and just constantly back up, and sometimes it can be really annoying to try and catch up with them. But it's important to have fast ships. I can turn that in. Decent chunk of change right there. Okay. Alright, that's plenty. Gives me the Jean Prime with Fool to spare. I really do like the Jean Empire's stuff. They've got a lot of... what's here? Oh, it's another probe. The Jean Empire has a lot of really interesting designs. Asymmetrical stuff, really like non-standard ship shapes. They're ship shaped, but they're not ship shaped. It's a bit of a joke. I'm not gonna bother. Not for a frigate. Right now, so you can, there are some different things you can do when you spawn the galaxy, and obviously, the, adjusted sector can kind of mess with these a bit, but basically, when you, like, spawn a galaxy, you can decide if you want all the stars to be old, which makes it more likely for habitable planets to appear. I can't remember if it's old or young, but one extreme is more habitable planets appear, less resources overall. The other is less habitable planets appear, more resources overall, so more like, more like metals and organics and stuff on planets. And the middle is in the middle. And there's another option, which is you can randomize it. So any given system, like any given constellation, I mean, because that, you know, they're grouped into constellations. Any given constellation can either be young or old or in the middle. So, and basically, what that really means is whether or not they're more likely to have things like nebulas and red dwarfs and yellow stars and orange stars, whether they're more likely to have neutron stars and giants and black holes and the like. Because technically, anything can spawn anywhere. Technically, I'm pretty sure. It's just they're really heavily weighted so that things that aren't like a habitable planet, I think, can technically happen in a black hole system. It's just really, really unlikely. It's pretty much never gonna happen. Alright. Okay, so sell that. Sell these. VPCs, I think that's a mod thing. There's an industry you can build one of your colonies where you can, where instead of producing something else like, you know, food or metals or whatever, it produces whatever you put into it, primarily for the I think it's mostly for the player's use. So it's not really a economy kind of thing. I don't think it really, I'm not sure though. I don't think it makes a lot of money for your economy or fills it with that kind of resource, but I might be wrong. But machinery is pretty useful. Jean Empire dictatorship. They don't allow luxury goods because they're jerks, but they do make interesting ships. But first, let me add. Didn't notice that somehow. All right, well, just enough space to put an augmented drive field in. Let's see what they have for sale. Ooh. I could get the Enoch, or I could get the Cherubim, which is a carrier. The Enoch's more expensive. I wouldn't have as much money to outfit it. It doesn't have any demods though. What does this thing have? Faulty power grid. It's not great for its flux or sensor profile, but I like running carriers, so, and when I switch out to something else, I can always put my second in command who's got some carrier, who is likely to be a carrier buff. Already got some carrier skills. Actually, speaking of. Okay, yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna keep her in charge of this. It only has the one thing of fighters, but she does have the missile one, and I want her the more effective ship, just in general. They have basically nothing for sale legally. I have my own, I have one thing of drones. Oh, I got some Explorarium drones. Autonomous AI interceptor produced by domain automated warships, currently deployed by Mott class automated carriers. The Ditch is an agile interceptor drone equipped with a pair of Vulcan cannons and a single decoy flare system. That's actually pretty useful. Flare systems are pretty good in this for fighters because they distract point defense to a certain degree, and they throw off missiles. So it's they'll usually, you want, like, it ups their own survivability, but also having decoy flares means if I have any bombers, they're more likely to get in into their, and for their you know, their payload, whatever it is, to actually hit. Oh. Don't really want to buy it. You can leave it right now. All right, yawning for some reason. Yeah, I could do. All right. Mostly gonna be unarmed or fighters. Chernabog. Chebarog. In my head, I always think Chernabog, the guy from, well, it's a mythological figure, but the one from the Night on Bullet Mountain from Fantasia. But it's Chebarog. Yeah, I was going to stream earlier today, but there's some tree trimming going on nearby, which you might be able to hear some of. It was a lot worse before. I said I was going to stream today, so I kind of wanted to hop on. I didn't want to skip another day, but because of the thing, it's not that bad. But well, I'll just leave it like that. It's probably not a great idea, but if I can get to the next system without running into anybody, it'll be fine. Bayasura tends to have really good fighters. Their faction, because the Mayasura Navy mod I have turns it from a member of the Persian League into its own faction that's allied to the Persian League. Okay. That means that somebody is outside the gate and they might be hostile. Yeah, the Mayasura Navy mod adds a navy for Mayasura that's heavily it's midline focused and carrier based primarily. So if I can actually find any of their actual fighters for sale, fighters bombers, that should be good stuff. I do like their ships. There's a destroyer called the Hammerhead, which I really like. You know, it's a vanilla ship. It's good. You know, it's pretty popular with people. Well balanced, but a lot of their stuff has the same look, like the Hammerhead overall design. So particularly their actual frontline ships, like I think some of their carriers have a bit of that, but it's mostly their like standard, quote unquote, standard cruisers and destroyers and battleships are like. Survey Dust World. Lost Astropolis. Yeah, flying to the corner of a star really drains your command rating. Or, not command rating. Your, what's it stand for? Combat readiness. It was CR something. It really decreases your combat readiness, so it costs a shit ton of So I wouldn't ordinarily buy illegal, but I really want this very badly. Scaling its ground mech. Engines neatly integrated to the space previously reserved for rear armor. Pistols and a potent snapcracker rail-propelled cannon, and it's only barred by its ludicrous refitting requirements and ordnance specifications, associating the aftermarket phase requires extra machine fit mechs as they would when working with bombers. Okay. Or I could ship Tritons, which are really good. They have tracking torpedoes. Or I could buy some bunch of Piranhas, which are dumbfire bombers that saturate the area. So really expensive for that. I'm going to do these two for now. Let's see. Sure. Well, no, it's not really useful in combat. I'm talking about my combat ship. Okay. Okay. Kind of low for this cruiser class, but let's see if they have any better guns I could put on this thing. I got I've got better point defense stuff than I have in terms of medium point defense, but I don't really want point defense on the front. Well, I do want a bit. I guess I have these, but they're mostly the sides, so... Alright. Not really heavy combat loadout with these kinds of things, but definitely have the points to afford all that stuff. Too much. Well, just leave it at that. Look for another. I might look for a combat for a bounty just to get some of that in. A system bounty. I would go there, but they hate me. Lethia. Let's go to Corvus. Lethia's is more, but it's far away, and it's... Well, no, it's ending in 30 days. I don't even know if I can get there in time. How long will it take to get there? I can always jump, I suppose. Alright. Yep, didn't have anything worth scanning. Alright. Alright, I should probably sell some of this stuff. I don't really need any transfer time. Well, that's not true. You can use them for something, so I'll just like 20. Don't need that many heavy machinery. And I definitely don't need that much metals. Barely need any anyway. I use them. That's nice. Okay, good. Good. Oh, right. There we go. Alright, now on to Lethia. I like Lethia generally because it's a modded in system. There's a lot of stuff in it, like when I play is, but it's out away from the core, so it's a nice base for exploration. You can do a lot of exploration and head back there to sell your stuff and pick up more fuel and supplies. And it's got a market that sells ships that other markets don't usually have, which is nice. 15 days. It's only going on for 32 days. I'll take the hit to pipe her in. That, so I don't get jumped as much. Alright. Oh yeah, that's a system to avoid. The thing is, also systems that have warning beacons and thus have a lot of remnant stuff in it are more likely to have other useful and interesting things in them. Okay. Yeah, this is one of them gateways that doesn't work anymore. Nope. Extra. Ooh, let's see if I Ooh. I will grab that gladly. Yeah. I don't remember if those are always in this system or not. I kind of assume so. Sometimes there's systems like pre-generated systems will have specific things in them. Before the latest update, you probably couldn't usually get those. Like you could, but it was unlikely that it would come up. Sell that. No reason not to. Okay. A lot more crew. Let's see about outfitting these. My long and glorious career as the guy in charge of that ship, lady in charge of that ship, is over. Because now I have this ship. Let's see what I can... Ooh, it has a plasma cannon on by default. That's really nice. Not even much illegal stuff here. Suppression. Sure, there's no reason not to. There's a mod I like that I have called Commissioned Crews, which is interesting. That when you're commissioned with a faction, it gives you special bonuses based on what faction it is for your ships. If you have a commissioned crew, and you can also get smaller but similar bonuses if you're allied to somebody. But because I tend to start out solo, I don't usually get these because I'm not commissioned by anybody and I'm not technically anybody's ally. Even if I'm on good terms with them, I don't believe. I think you actually have to. The faction you're in has to be allied to the faction that they're in. Okay, let's see. Impactor gun. See what they've got here for sale. Anti-shield. Suppression. You know what? I'll go a couple of point defense. Ooh. Yeah, the antique seller. It's usually it's kind of pricey for what you get, but it sells stuff that doesn't appear as much in other markets. Okay, yeah. Can't afford too much more of that. You know what? I'll put on the one. I kind of want 3, but it's pretty pricey. You know what? I'll just do it. Over here, I'm gonna have to put on something cheaper though. Pulse lasers and some point defense. Yeah, the one thing you can do is you can restore ships, meaning you can repair the demods they have, but it's usually ruinously expensive if you don't have a shit ton of money already. So like, it's something you can do if you really like a ship, or if it's like unique or something, especially late game if you have like a colony and it's, you know, pumping money into your bank account. But otherwise, it's not usually worth it. Let's see. Armored weapon mounts, dedicated targeting core, auxiliary thrusters, because I can't imagine this thing is at all maneuverable. Holds fine. Low armor, because it's got damaged weapon mounts. Let's see. Anything else I want to put on here? Let's put on reinforced bulkheads to try and make up the difference. But that'd be pretty expensive. Well, I'll see how it works. Actually, speaking of seeing how it works, oh, it has built-in weapons. I didn't realize. Okay, it's got a big-ass gun in front, and it has missiles. Okay, so I'm gonna. I'll save because I got those and I want to keep them. But something I haven't really done much yet is you can run a simulation. You can fight something to see how viable it actually is. Something that it was suggested to me that I do right now is I usually go for the pirate stuff to see if it can't beat a pirate version of the ship. It's not bad, but it's not great. like a pirate, equivalently armed pirate. So like this. Oh wait, no, this is what. Is this what it is? No, it's slightly different, but sure. Well, that's not actually technically a pirate ship. Where are the pirate ships? Like, there's one here, the pirate cruiser. Maybe I don't have the mod that adds a ton of pirate ships to it. Oh well. Oh no, it's all up here. That's light or low tech stuff. You know what? I'll do 2 ships, about half my. Actually, again, I didn't check out what assault mode does. I probably should have. Yeah, see, I don't have a lot of flux. My armor isn't enough to compensate. So, get rid of that. Seems to have pretty good. Well, I'll see how this does. Usually I go more vents than capacitors just because you want to be able to... Having out capacitors is nice, but you want to be able to drain your... You want to be able to drain your flux as quickly as possible, venting or not. Alright. Let's pick something up. Similar size. Let's sure just go with non-slot. I didn't see what I forgot to check what assault mode does again. Whoops. Don't overload. Oh, it's a pretty even fight for the most part. Probably has an advantage because It doesn't stand up too... It stands up decently to something like an onslaught. I think in a fleet situation, it'd probably do better. But I'll see how it does. Should be pretty good against most of the stuff I'm probably fighting around now. So let's see. Bounty's going on. Where are these bastards? Salvage fleet here. Ooh. Yeah, if there's a salvage fleet nearby and you try to salvage, they will fight you for it. They don't appreciate people trying to butt in on their salvage. Alright. Okay. Much smaller ships, it does really well. I don't know if this is usually here in the left. Ah, god damn it. I got greedy. It's Reaper torpedoes. The thing with missiles and torpedoes, they don't usually do much damage to shields. Reapers do a decent amount, but basically Reapers are like, I think they are literally just fucking nukes. Like they're straight line, very limited amount dumbfire torpedoes that do a shit ton of damage. So often what you have to look out for is there'll be like a frigate that just has like one Reaper on it, or like a rack of two, and it's just waiting for you to lower your shields or vent, or for your what do you call it? For your flux to overload, and it just fucking crushes you. I just probably autopilot for now. Speed things up. They'll probably get away. I don't really have anything to. And you know what? I don't want to expend the CR required to catch it, so I'm gonna call that a win. Go. No, I don't really want either of those. Oh no, pirates hate me more. I'm devastated. Ooh. That's nice. That's good. How much did I get for that actually? Oh geez. Okay, I got 18,000. That's not too bad. Don't know how many more pirates there actually are in the system, because there's no pirate base. Ordinarily, what I do if I'm in a system where there's a bounty going on is you just fly around the pirate base in the system and just, you know, beat up whoever you fucking run across. Oh man. You know what? I'm going to come back for this stuff. It'll probably be here next time. Because this is like pretty overpowered shit. I don't want to necessarily jump straight to that. It's plus I don't really have the economy to. I don't really have the money to support a ton of really big ships right now. Honestly, if I had known those were there, I probably would have grabbed the Jeez, yeah. There's a ton of, and I think part of this is that when a lot of this stuff was first added, I'm pretty sure it didn't have the story points. What do you call it? The story points salvage thing. So there wasn't a huge chance you'd actually get all that stuff. So it was kind of a bit more balanced, but I mean, you know, it's as balanced as you want it to be. Grabbing supplies. Yeah, so like this, yeah, this thing I got is a fucking supply hog. 8.9. This thing takes more supplies than everything else I have combined. Part of that is because it's repairing still, from me being a moron. But even so, gunnery implants. I kind of want. I'll go standoff tactics right now. No, it's maximum level. Yeah. So I still think that was probably the better choice for a carrier commander. Dual class scrapship battle tanker. Alright, let's see if there's a. Could go for a personal bounty if there's any nearby. Yeah, I can't really take that on. It's got like 3 cruisers and a strike carrier. I don't think my one battle cruiser would even out the odds that much. I could definitely take this guy out though. Ooh, and there's a pirate base bounty. I'll go for these. Oh, there's 2 days remaining on that, but I guess I can go for the pirate base. I should be able to take it on. Should. Hopefully. I guess. Have I couched my answer in enough in unsurety? I don't think that's a word. Ambiguity? I don't think that's right either. Caution, I suppose. To alleviate, like, if I die horribly in this next fight. Like, oh, well, I only thought I could probably take it. You know, it's fine. It's, you know. I didn't say I definitely could. You know, I'm hedging my bets here. How far? Don't need to turn that back on, because I'm just killing pirates. Oh, oops. I meant to do a hyperspace jump, hyper warp jump, and not an emergency burn. Let's see, I'm still pretty fast, maximum burn. That's good. It used to be, I think it got changed in the latest update, but it used to be that when your ship went autopilot, when it laid in a course to a system and autopiloted, if you weren't careful, it would just go, like, it would autopilot towards the the star in the middle and not like one of the other jump points that doesn't put you out right in the corona of a star. So like you could, you know, obviously you could just say, oh, don't jump there, but it was still slightly annoying. They would constantly say, oh, do you want to... Oh, that's nice. That's like... Let's see. Try and scare that guy away with interdiction. Oh, it's a fucking right there. Oh, I mean, actually, that's funny. I could trade here. Do they have anything I want? I don't have any money to afford anything. And it's a shitty little base anyway. Consider my military options. I can't raid it because there's a couple fleets there. See, this one I could probably chase off with the interdiction, but because this one's still getting ready, they're not gonna move. It's annoying. Ooh, I finally have enough ships in my fleet that the cost outweighs the small stipend you get naturally. Okay. Alright, I'll probably lose all my fucking... I'll probably lose way more... God damn it. These guys are really starting to piss me off. And I attack them without attacking the station. I can! The thing with pursuing is that your fleet, obviously, they'll be running away, your fleet spawns in following them, and normally it doesn't work out really well. It's hard to catch ships. But if you leave it to your second cone of command, which is basically just auto-resolve, they tend to do pretty well at blowing up most of their stuff. Nah. Not too bad, but I don't really want it right now. Okay. Alright. Damn it. Ah, shit. You guys suck. Do them. Where's the command to handle it? Just fucking kill them, please. There we go. There we go. Now it should be free for me to actually just fucking attack the station without there being a bunch of defenders around it. Raid still wouldn't do well, but... Ugh, I don't know where the fuck this fleet is. I'll give it a try anyway. Alright, I want to send that in because it's not really combat ship. Or that. I'll leave you to hopefully not be stupid. Yeah, see, I'm at a distinct disadvantage because there's a fleet with a cruiser in it and the station. The station's pretty tough on its own. Well, actually, I'm gonna have my... Everybody stay back here. Maybe I can blow up all their ships. They probably won't chase me, but I can hope. I guess that's like a frigate? Or no, it was a fighter. I don't know why they were shooting bombs at it. go after fighters. Really just want them to come fight me. Come on, venture. Pursue me. Back and forth like this. And I probably rely on preventing flux a bit too much, especially because that happens a lot to me. You, oh, shit. Prevent flux, it basically makes you super vulnerable. And I tend to overdo it just because, you know, I want to get rid of my flux now, but it leaves me open to attack a lot more often. God damn, I really need to. I need better auto tracking, frankly. The longer this fight goes on, the worse my combat performance is going to be. Their CR is still unaffected. Shit. Lost my badger. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to handle this fight. I mean, I probably could if I had the... I guess they just got fucking done in by the station. Yeah, it's got its focus fire. Ordinarily I'd be tanking this, using my capital ship to hold off its attacks, but adventure, my ship's got damaged. I don't know where that other fleet is though. It's really annoying. I thought I chased away the only fleet that was around there. Is it just spawning from the planet? Or the station? I'm just gonna back out of this fight. It was a mistake. But seriously, I don't know where the hell that other fleet is. Is it just... Does it just have a fleet with it at all times? I don't recall that being a thing that stations had, but I could be wrong. Options. Yeah, it just fucking has a fleet with it at all times, I guess. A response fleet. I guess if it's anywhere in the system, it'll fucking... That's really annoying. I don't know where the hell the response fleet is. I guess I'll just fucking kill everybody else in the system. Vent my frustration. There's a response fleet somewhere, so, you know. Hull, it deals pretty decent damage and it continuously fires, and it obviously has no flux cost. So basically, you know, suppressor weapons are basically designed to force you to keep your shields up. Build up flux and unable to attack as much as you'd like. Let their thing get away. I don't really care. Don't really want their ass, the Yule variant. Okay. Alright, I got a... Alright. Okay, so I've gotten my... Got a skill point. No, wait, they're at max level, so they're actually getting more skill points. Let's see, what do I want? Should I actually get some... What I want is I want gunnery implants. That's what I want. Target leading accuracy for auto-firing weapons is very, very, very nice. Very nice indeed. How much longer is the... It's not... Brigandery. It's not very, It's not gonna last much longer, though. Okay, I don't know where the fuck that fleet is, though. Actually, anywhere. Left. Yeah. Whatever. I guess I always have to give that up as a bad job. There should be... Oh, I gotta fucking stop repairs. Otherwise, I'll drain my supplies. I could sell this. I don't know what this actually is used for. Well, at least I got some money off of that. I had to spindle again to see if they have anything better for sale than they did last time. Hegemony's invading somebody. Cool. Avoid them. Yeah, the one thing about the hyper warp jump is you can't use it if you're too close to another fleet. I don't think it applies to fleets that are friendly, but it might. Something something technobabble, something something drive fields. Can't do it too close. It means you can't just instantly jump out, and people can't just instantly jump away if you're within a certain distance. Within a certain distance. As long as you're both in the same distance. That's the phrase. I have enough for that, I think. And I would like the money, please. Especially once I sell all my stuff. I can get the supplies for it. I will need a big amount of, a largely huge number of fuels. Wait, how much? I don't want. I mean, I know I'm gonna need some of that. That's really useful. I like the supply VPCs are really nice in my opinion because they give you supplies, as the name implies, and those it's really nice to get those for free. Let's see, State Commander, Ambassador. There's an officer for hire. Okay, let's see how far away. Oh, right, I should, where was that system? Explored, unexplored. Here it was. Pretty sure there's a way to hoard this stuff, but I don't know where. Let's see. Warning beacons, alliances, commodities, operation. There's a log somewhere, but I can't remember if it's in here or if you have to go to another menu for it. It doesn't matter. I guess I'll just have to remember it. That one's probably a more important system overall. But, so let's see. How many? 1,300 fuel, which I do not have. Let's head up to Jacquard from there. Yeah, they like me. Right now I have enough fuel to get there. Take all the supplies I can. Oh, right, I need to... Got to turn that back on. That's not a huge loss in terms of supplies. I should be able to make it and have enough supplies left. I guess I'll find out. Oh, I'm thinking of Pearson's. I like Spindle. Spindle ships are cool. I like their look, and they have some, you know. I think they're energy focused, like energy weapon focused. I'm not sure though. But there's a one of the mods. I don't know if you even have it installed right now. Is Pearson Electronics, and that one has or no Exotronics, and that has a bunch of drone stuff. All the ships have different drones. I really like their shtick. Might seem very fun. Okay, that's don't want to waste any more of my supplies than I already have. Alright. I do have enough to survey it. I hope I can find something else useful in the system to get more supplies and fuel. Otherwise, I'm kind of stuck. Oh. Okay, there's survey shipping here. That's good. Those usually give pretty good supplies and fuel. It's exactly what I need. Don't want to go to the Chrono if I don't have to. Chrono the star, I mean. It'd be a lot of overkill to use my main ship, like battle cruiser. Just stick with this, right? Adjust its thing because it's not a ship I'm flying. Holy Furor. I keep forgetting to check with my... The one thing about piranhas is they're not very good. They're especially in large numbers. Piranhas are actually really good against larger ships because all their bombs overload shields. They overload defenses and a wide area. So especially if they have a smaller shield arc, it can be difficult to protect against them. But against frigates and destroyers, to a fair degree, they're not amazing. My cargo bays are pretty empty, so I guess I'll do some exploring between the core in here. Oop, didn't grab it. Right, okay. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should probably check to see what those do. Let's see. Oh, it's refit. No. So what it does, leave. I'm misremembering where it says. Just oh no, here it is. Engage the ship's assault mode. Increases ballistic and energy weapon DPS by 50% at the cost of halved mobility. Takes 5 seconds to reach full effectiveness and lasts an additional 5 seconds at full power. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. What does Holy Fear do? Weapons shall strike harder, your feet shall be swift, and your face shall shield you from all harm. So it makes your weapons do more damage, increases your mobility, and increases your probably your shield's flux resistance. I'll engage more automated ships. Oh. Master command to the thing. Okay. Oh, so I guess it turned the AI. You know, it messes with its command groups. I guess it turned off the auto firing on everything just because it doesn't really need it. I honestly don't know what it does for the AI to have those kinds of things on or not. Yeah, think about the plasma cannon. Very good. Also, huge flux hog. Energy weapons demand large amounts of flux generally. Also very, very highly damaged. Beam weapons, the thing with beam weapons is that they tend to do very little damage to shields. They only deal soft flux, which is between hard flux and soft flux. Is if you see the little horizontal line in my thing, when you have your shield up, your flux will not reduce below that point. That's hard flux. So something that increases your hard flux basically increases the it increases the amount of flux it decreases the amount of flux you can safely have or use while having your shield up. And soft flux doesn't. So soft flux will decrease even if you have your shield up. Hard flux will not. So like most ballistic weapons, most projectile energy weapons deal hard flux damage. Even missiles deal hard flux damage, but they deal most missiles that aren't designed for it, like kinetic, certain kinetic ones that are being made to do flux damage. Apart from them, most missiles don't deal a lot of flux damage to shields, but they all deal hard flux damage. Beams don't. So beams usually have really long range, and obviously they're constant. So that's the kind of the trade-off there. Picking up all these gamma cores. That's very nice. Sell them for a decent chunk of change. Turn them in for a decent chunk of change. Not really going to be selling any of that stuff. Let's head to Carcass. Carcass sounds like a nice place. It sounds very pleasant. I bet there's tons of habitable planets full of things that won't kill you. Drag your carcass to Carcass! Since I'm working on my brochures in case there's any habitable planets there. What do you think? You think it'll sell? Think it'll increase tourism? Increase number of planets, at least. It's obviously not an absolute thing. My experience, no hard data to back this up, but my experience, having more, I mean, having more planets means there's more likely for something to spawn because it increases because every one is a roll for something to spawn in orbit of it, which you don't get if there's no planet there. So I don't. It's somewhat. I mean, just in the interest of like efficiency and time, I tend to go for systems that have more planets in them if I can, just because it makes more sense. Sometimes though, yeah, there's just nothing there. Carcass is dead system. Haha, yeah. And a joke. There's I don't know if it's been confirmed anywhere. I've heard from people that on like Discord and the like that systems. So there's systems that have independent names that are like named for the system itself, like Carcass, and then there's systems that are the nebula or the what do you call it? The nebula or the constellation name, Alpha, Beta, Gamma. And I've heard that the ones that are uniquely named, as opposed to just being named after the constellation, are more likely to have unique or rare things like cryosleepers in them. Again, I'm not sure if that's true, but it is what I have heard. It's probably a binary system, right? Because it's Alpha and Alpha B. Yeah, it's a binary star. Ooh, there's windy areas, so there's a habitable world here. That's good. Another probe. In the current version of the game, one mechanic is that the more probes you explore, the larger fleets will be, the larger Explorarium fleets will be for remaining probes. So it kind of ramps up over time. So eventually, and it's not like a huge increase per every one, but eventually the fleets will get bigger and more dangerous. But usually you outpace that. But it's just a way to make it, to keep them from being complete walkovers throughout the entire game. Oh, did you know that binary star systems are actually more common in the universe than singular star systems like ours? It's usually in science fiction they're depicted as being more rare, for the obvious reason that we come from a single star system, and we see a lot of the ones we discovered first were, so we just assume that's what most of them are going to be. The ones that are binaries must be the weird ones. But actually, it's the binary ones which are normal, and it's the single star systems which are weird. Weirder. They're still ridiculously common given the size of the galaxy and the universe and everything, but another windy, arid, rocky, unstable, radiant, volcanic. Nothing spectacular. It could be a good system though, depending on if the windy, arid. There's no unfortunately, there's no ruins. But if the windy, arid planet is perpetual dust storm, defensible, low accessibility, but defensible. But it is also hot and has extreme weather, which drives up the hazard rating. Still pretty good hazard rating on the whole. Shit. Everything else though, because it has no organics, no farming. The only resources it has are sparse. So, I mean, I guess it would be a decent, hub planet where you don't plan on gaining anything resource-wise from it, but you just want it like a start for your in-system. But the other planets in the system would have to be really worth it, have a lot of good stuff going on. As I mentioned last time, volcanic planets are more likely to have large deposits of things like ores and transplutonic ores for mining. Organics are more common on habitable worlds than uninhabitable worlds. Gas giants are more likely to have volatiles. On habitable planets, certain types of habitable planet have a decent chance of having I'm not gonna bother. Might be good, but I don't really want to keep supplies on it. Habitable planets have, depending on the type, can have a decent chance of having volatiles. Gas giants tend to have a lot of volatiles. I don't know what radiated planets have. I think they're like barren, generally speaking. They're more danger. I think their hazard rating is usually a bit higher than barren because they're radiated instead of just dead. Um, Cryovolcanic worlds, I think, also have pretty good volatiles. There's cryovolcanic worlds, which are planets that are so cold that they have like like liquid methane and so much of it like under the crust that there's actually like instead of molten lava there's like quote unquote molten methane that can erupt in volcanic eruptions and stuff like that. So, neat concept. But there's those, but there's also frozen worlds. And there's a very, very small chance a frozen world can have life under the surface, can have oceanic life. Like there's a chance that they can have an ocean under the surface. So it can be an ice world with an ocean beneath it. And if there's an ocean beneath it, there's an even smaller chance it can have life in that ocean. And I always like finding those. I always think that's neat. This is shit, but it will cost almost no supplies to maintain, so I'll take it. I'm one of those people who really hopes, no matter how unlikely it might be, I really hope that Europa has life on it. I hope there's life on Europa or under Europa's ice in its oceans. I know it's not very likely, but it could happen. There's been certain amount of pop science stuff because obviously I don't read many scientific papers. Unfortunately, I probably should read more. But so a lot of the things I learn about science is from articles on like NASA and things like that. Science. What's the word for? Science journalist things and blogs by scientists and things like that. But obviously, the reliability on that is, and how sensationalized that stuff is it's not always great. But they're usually more accurate than if you get it from like the New York Times, which again, I'm sure the New York Times science, science journalist team, I'm sure they're fine, but they're not going to have their readership isn't quite so focused on getting the science right as in certain other ones, and even science-focused journalistic entities, they make mistakes and they sensationalize, and it's just a thing that happens. It's just a human issue. But where was I going with this? Oh, I remember reading in an article that there was a theory. Again, it wasn't a theory. It was a hypothesis. Very important to keep the difference between a theory and a hypothesis in mind scientifically, because a scientific theory is like gravity. Gravity is a theory, quote unquote, even though we all know it's real. It's a real thing. Gravity happens, but it's a theory because you can't 100% know anything. But in science, theories are largely they're strongly evidenced with it's a hypothesis with a lot of backing evidence and a lot of data points, and I can't remember the exact terminology right now, but there's a hypothesis and some math somebody did based on I should probably actually survey this, based on investigations of like amino acids and things about abiogenesis, that life isn't just that given the right conditions, and in this study it said, in these kind of studies about abiogenesis, the early tentative conclusion, or not even conclusion, but evidence suggests that life is less unlikely. The conditions for life are not as difficult to achieve as we might have previously thought. But given the right conditions on a planet, there's a mathematical equate like theory that life isn't just likely, but is actually inevitable given certain you know existing like carbon and water and all the building blocks. Life as we know it, at least. Life as we know it. Life as we know it. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it. Not as we know it. But yeah, so that would be needed true. And again, when I say inevitable and life, like inevitable means in the scale of billions of years, it will happen eventually, given the right conditions. But that doesn't mean that we'd ever necessarily see it. There's no telling whether or not it would happen in a time scale that lines up with we are. And like single primitive single-celled organisms are alive. Viruses aren't technically alive, but they have a lot of the diagnostic traits of being alive. They do a lot of the things that living things do, even if they don't do some of the most basic things, like they can't reproduce on their own. That's why viruses need cells to reproduce, because they can't actually reproduce their RNA, because viruses only have RNA, not DNA, I believe. Oh, someone's hailing me from the planet's surface. Yes, I will gladly accept more crew. Abundant ore and extensive ruins. This is a nice planet. See. Let's read it. Reduce the amount of damage taken by shields by 35%. Greatly reduces the chance that the shields will be pierced by EMP arcs. Increases the amount of soft flux the raised shields generate per second. So it generates more flux, but it's better defensive. I don't know if it's going through to the what do you call it? I don't know if it's going through to the stream. That was the word I'm looking for. Stream. I don't know if it's going through the stream, but I'm getting some feedback every once in a while. I hope it's not going through. I hope it's just my headphones, which are not. They're good, but they're pretty old, so they're kind of a little bit janky. So this has good defensive stuff, but it comes with some serious drawbacks, which is Volkov Industries is a big thing with them. So you can install it on any ship, but if installed on a VIC ship with other modular VIC hull mods, reduces the maximum speed by 25%. So you can't actually have too much VIC stuff. Second. Sorry about that. I had to look something up. Where was I? I was talking about something. Shields. There was that VIC thing. Volkov Industries. I want to get some more of their ships. They're I think they're I think I remember from the mod page or from something he said on the Discord, or she said. I can't remember. I don't know who the name of the person. I can't remember the name of the person who made the mod. But they said something. I think that it's kind of inspired. Burping all over the place. Sorry. Inspired by the Adeptus Mechanicus from Warhammer 40k. Like, not like a direct, like they aren't just the Adeptus Mechanicus, but I think like their aesthetic and some of their tech focused stuff is supposed to be reminiscent of them, which is cool. So I was saying something earlier about life and how likely it is. Oh, right. I was saying that viruses aren't technically alive, but they have a lot of the same traits as life. So even if we, life is plentiful in the universe and it's, inevitable on tons of planets, even planets we wouldn't expect to have life will have it. Like most of it could be, like slime, primordial ooze from our perspective, which would be very interesting and very cool, and scientifically I would be thrilled about it. But obviously, if you're, a huge nerd like me, and you want like aliens, not necessarily even talking aliens, just like alien animals and stuff, it would be it wouldn't be disappointing. It wouldn't be as good as it could be. I guess is the difference there. Like, I wouldn't be disappointed if all we ever discovered was slime molds, as the most advanced life form we ever discovered. But if we discovered slime molds in my life, that'd be great. If we discover like insects, alien versions of insects and arthropods, that'd be amazing, and I'd love it. That'd be the greatest thing. But yeah, so to bring it all around to my original point, there is reason to believe, evidence to support again, not a theory, the hypothesis, the supposition, to use I don't think supposition is a scientific term, the supposition that there might be life on Europa. Maybe not Io or Calypso. I can't remember. One of those is another like icy planet that might have an ocean beneath it, and one of them is a volcanic hellspace that, I mean, it could, I guess, but it wouldn't be life as we know it. Life as we know it. Life as we know it. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it. Let's save. Got a mod that reminds me if I haven't saved in a while, which is important in this game. You can edit the mod in the directory to make it so that it actually like. Ooh, we're having it. It's not HMI. I don't care about. So that it actually does autosave, but I tend to avoid that for a couple of reasons. One, I don't like constantly interrupting my game, but also I love this game. I love it to death. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I can play this game for hours and hours and hours. But its saves are fairly large, so you'll regularly have to go in and just clear out your old saves, because if you don't, it will just absolutely fill up your all the space on your drive, especially if it's a smaller one. Like, I don't have a huge what is it called, solids, the fast one. I'm blanking on the name. My C drive isn't huge, and that's obviously why I keep the game for various reasons. It runs faster if you put it on my C drive instead of my storage drive. I could recover this. Got it. No, it has the two things I hate most: more fuel and less speed. Uh, things like those are actually important, civilian transports, because especially if you're going to be setting up colonies, because obviously, you know, warships and cargo ships, they have room for their crew, but they don't have a huge amount of extra space for excess crew. And when you're setting up a colony, it requires like 1,000 people as a baseline. You need 1,000 people, and so if you're going to set up a colony, you don't want to just um, no, not really worth it. You don't want to. I was hoping I'd get that harpoon. Damn it. You want to have enough people, extra people in your fleet to colonize the planet and not fuck yourself over in terms of crewing your own ships. So transports are obviously really important. You can get troop transports too, but they are. Ooh, I got another officer. That's nice. They're obviously take more. They're usually at higher maintenance, I believe, and they cost more to buy. They're less common to find just sitting around. So, more extensive ruins. Let's see. I guess I'll grab the Tarsus just because I'd like the freighter. What does this have? Unreliable, increased maintenance, degraded life support. Nah. Degraded life support just means that I think you can have less crew on it. Ooh, Myasur and Navy weapons blueprint package, like that. And a freak cannon. Frag lines. So LPCs. So you may or may not have noticed that fighters, you don't actually get fighters. What you get are LPCs, which is a limited production chip. Which that is your ships, especially a ship that has I think all ships have it to some extent because they create their own they have like nano fabricators on all your ships, small ones that do things like recreate like small munitions, like the guns have them. But your ships that have carrier space have like a little mini factory inside that you slot an LPC into, which is a limited production chip, and it produces that kind of thing. So it's like a blueprint for it. But the reason why they're limited production chips, and the reason why you need the chip in particular, is basically because copy protection in the far future. It's why it's one of the reasons why it's a dystopia. So, even in the space future of sci-fi stuff, we can't escape copyright protections. So because different companies and different and military people, they didn't want anybody to just be able to make their stuff. So you get a chip and it can only make a certain it can only make a certain amount at a time, so it's limited to you can't just rip the data out because it's copy protected. So you need the chip to be able to do it, and because of the collapse, I'm gonna see if anybody here needs help. Because of the collapse, the companies that eventually made many of those chips, they're not around anymore. So unless you find a blueprint that contains the data on how to make the chip with its copy protection still inside, or unless you are a good enough space hacker that you can rip the data out, and use it in a new chip, you're kind of shit out of luck for making more of the same kind of let's see. I feel like I'm poorly explaining the basics, but generally I should probably put that other officer I got in one of my ships. But the basic idea is that LPCs are blueprints for fighters that your ships can produce. Carriers have they have like carrier points, and like every time you have to, your ship has to make a new fighter, it decreases that amount, and it's a balancing thing. So you can't just constantly pump out fighters. If you lose a bunch of fighters and bombers, it will be harder to make more, and that can recover if the battle's long enough. But yeah. So the fabricators on your ships can't just slot any old data into them. They don't work with everything. And companies have made it so that you can't just fucking use their proprietary Starship designs willy-nilly without their permission. So, and it's LPCs that apply for that, but also just blueprints for ships are like that too. Like, not everybody can make, like, there are certain ships where the blueprints are, you know, common as dirt, civilian things, and, you know, like fuel transports and or mule freighters, like combat freighters and things like that. And there are like people who can modify things, not to make people. There are new designs that have been created post-collapse. But some of the best stuff is very difficult to find working chips for and blueprints for. So I'm gonna look it up. Shit, I'm slower. I'm slower. Whoops. It's a very space dark ages like that, which I like. There is a kind of Doom 40K kind of stuff. Dune. Far away, I think. They'll probably run out of steam before they get there. Oh no! So when you're assisting an ally in a fight, what you get is basically based on either if it's a bounty, or just in terms of salvage. What you get is based on how much damage you do, basically how much you contribute to the fight. As you know, that's pretty. So there's an incentive to, you know, basically metaphorically shove your quote unquote allies aside and be like, no, I'll handle this. I would like to salvage on this ship, please. I'll blow it up. No need to thank me. Except, please do thank me in the form of giving me access to all this sweet. Yeah, it used to be, before the current update, it used to be that if you didn't join the pursuit of the enemy fleet, you could not, you couldn't salvage, so you kind of always had to if you wanted to get anything out of it. I don't have my second command, and just send my frigates to do it. Oh, they've got one of them phase tankers. Let's see. The Sunder, that's the thing. The Sunder's it's a midline design with a big heavy energy cannon in the front. There's a lot of versions of it in different mods, which I like the Sunder a lot, so I'm fine with it. But I think this is kind of not a direct variant on the Sunder, but it's based on it. It looks, you know, it's very similar in appearance. I'll take structural damage on unreliable subsystems, sure. Degraded shields is like crippling for a high-tech ship. They kind of really need their shields. No, I already got a freighter. Oh, was there what? Oh, okay, that was ballistic. No, I'm fine with that. And no, thank you. Oh, am I going to fucking get attacked by that guy now? Turn off my transponder. Well, if they attack me, I will crush them. But, it doesn't look that good. Let's see. I could go to Lethia, but I'm just as close to Spindle. Ooh, let's go to Netter Hakurtet. See what's it? Netter Hakurtet. How much space do I have? I'm pretty full. You know what, actually, I'm just gonna go to Spindle. gonna head straight there. I probably should, you know what? Maybe I'll go to, let's see, Truth System as the Catter Revenant, Kadur, I don't know how to pronounce it. I've never heard it pronounced, I don't think. Could go to the VIC. VIC, Spindle, or Psy Nation. You know, I haven't really used as much VIC stuff yet. So I'll go to the VIC. I'll buy from these, you know, techno fascists, sure. Wow, that's probably not fair. They're probably just a techno dictatorship, or maybe they're a corporate dictatorship. There's a lot of corporate dictatorships in the mods. A lot of mod factions are like, this company built a station, or you had a colony going, and then the corporate people took over when they were cut off. You know, pretty reasonable, you know, background. But oh shit, I do need to go to Spindle first, because I don't have the fuel to go to VIC. But yeah, but it's a pretty common basic story. You know, they have differences, but I mean, I don't have a problem with it. They're pretty cool. One mod that hasn't been updated yet, you know, the guy's got, again, guy or girl, I don't know. The person behind the mod has, you know, they've got life stuff going on, so they're updating it slowly. But one mod I'm really looking forward to coming back, whenever it does. Patient. I'm willing to wait however long it takes. Is Black Rock Drive Yard. It's honestly one of my favorite faction mods of all time. It's really cool. It has a really unique design to all the ships. They're all the artwork's all really well done. The mod maker made their own music for the mod, which actually the music for the mod, I do have it because there's another mod called Audio Plus, which got permission from the person who made the Black Rock Drive Yards mod to add their music to it. So, and that just adds music and music and some sound files to the game, whether or not you have the mods involved, which is really nice because there's a lot of really good music. Like the base music for Starsector is really good in my opinion. There's a lot of really neat music, but the mods have some really some spectacular ambient music and faction themes. Actually, you know what? I should probably wait to sell some of this stuff at the VIC because they'll like me more if I wait. Ooh. But I do want one of these. Just increased maintenance, glitch sensor array. Let's see. 2 fighter bays, 3 fighter bays. This is a bit more of a bit less carrier focus, more combat focus. So it's a lot more like a frontline carrier, I guess. Sorry. Recently, Zama tried attacking in an attempt to close the carrier gap between their forces and other sector navies. Clearpoint is something of a technological marvel, blending hyper-advanced flux handling systems, military-grade fighter nanoforges, slightly under-spec engine performance, and a lack of weapon mounts, if not fit with flux-intensive blaster weapons. God, coughing a lot. I do want these. Oh man, tough choice. How much am I likely to get if I sell all this? Only 50,000. I'll skip it. I might be making a horrible mistake. There might be nothing worth getting over at the BIC. But I really want one of their BIC ships. One thing is that it's not always, you know, like I usually gravitate towards having my flagship, the ship I fly, being the biggest ship in my fleet for obvious reasons. But that's not always the best way to do it. I know a lot of there are a lot of people who basically just they fly a frigate and they put all their big ships in the hands of their AI officers and let them handle that kind of thing while they do harassing attacks or do the like attack with torpedoes and things like that. God damn, I still don't have enough. What a Tulp. Oh yeah, Tulp. I could check them out. Another faction I haven't seen a lot of stuff from. Oh, it's near the pirate base. That's why. Alright. All that fuel. Let's see. What are their D mods? Not terrible. Phase coil instability, which for the phase ship is probably not great. Weak phase field. Oh, it's a phase carrier though. I haven't seen a lot of those. Regional dizzy vessel capable of launching. You know what? With the D-mods, it's actually pretty cheap. I'll grab this reduced price phase ship, and oh, alright, probably buy stuff for those ships, like weapons and like. I'll head to Cocytus, like the Coccyx. I'll say Cocytus. Maybe no, Cocytus. I don't know if it's called Cocytus in reality, but as far as I'm concerned, for now, it's called Cocytus. So I head to Cocytus. Sell my let's see about those exploration missions. Ooh, these are really close. By the way, outer reaches, fuck that noise. Orbiting a jump point though, that's pretty good. And this is orbiting a frozen world. So you know what? I'm gonna make a bad decision. I'm going to take both of those, and then hope I have the money after I buy what the hell I want to buy. Get there. Man emo, the man emo system. It's very depressing in the man emo system. Avoid the Legio trade convoy. Legio are a mod faction that's like they're like militaristic, like military grade pirates. That's annoying. That's something that occasionally happens. They'll introduce so they can withdraw their missions they offer at any time. Occasionally, they'll put up a mission and either immediately or just because it's been around, you just haven't gotten to the news about it because you haven't been close enough. The mission will just be, it'll just disappear the moment you see it, which is a shame. Metals, most of my transplutonics, most of my machinery. Then see if they want to take these. gamma cores off my hands. Not much money, but good reputation gain. Center sterile cleanliness. Change your appearance to renew your current body. Okay, you can respec. Okay. Choose a new portrait or a spec. Respec. Yeah, I'm saying that right. Let's see what kind of shit they have to say. Sturmcruiser. Simple and brutal warship. Large spinal hardpoint, uses crushing jaws and omni-lung system uses deadly pounce. Submarine missiles and a solid point defense. Oh, maybe I should get the. Prometheus is just. It's just a mega tanker. That's what it is. It's a mega tanker. That's all fucking fuel space in there. Everything that's red, that's fuel space. They blow up real big. There's actually Melodic Path. They kind of. They don't worship like antimatter and fuel and fire, but it's a big part of their whole thing is like cleansing flames and stuff like that. So they actually, they're one of their carriers, one of their large carriers, their battleship scale carriers, is just a modified Prometheus. And they have a non-carrier that's Prometheus, I think, that just huge explosion when it goes off. I think actually there's a variant of the carrier from a mod. I don't know if the original is from a mod or not, the original carrier, but there's a variant of the carrier from a mod where it has like a built-in, it's not even really a fighter, it's kind of like it's basically just a missile. It's basically like a self-program, like a self-guiding missile, which is just it's just a fucking dram. It's a dram tanker, but modified to be, basically to modify it to be a missile. So it launches a dram tanker that flies towards you and explodes. And I think there are actually people on it. I think it's like a, so it's like I think it might be directly piloted because they don't really do AI much. But I guess you could put a missiles guidance system in it. All their missiles don't have people in them. I don't think. Sturm Destroyer. I will get this and hope I have the money for the fuel to get to the place I want to go. I do need more frigates. I need more frigates. So I'll buy that too. Oh, it's got medium slots. But no legal medium things. This is going to go last. This is going to be my ship. I'm going to fly this. So let's put... I'll put the free eye. So yeah, most weapons fall into different categories. Anti-armor and anti-shield are generally, self-explanatory. General they do basically 100% damage to both. They're not really specialists. So they're pretty decent. Point defense weapons, a lot of them usually have increased damage versus shields versus armor, but they're mainly there for point defense, again, as the name implies. Multi-purpose are either or. Let's see. What's on the black market for medium-sized weapons? Could just get 2 heavy autocannons. That'd probably be pretty good. I'll do that. Thank goodness I have 2 torpedoes I can just slot on there. I don't buy anything else to do. I hate to reward criminal behavior. It's just I really fucking need those guns. I really need those guns, guys, though. You don't understand. I need those guns, so I gotta buy them. Doesn't matter if I'm selling to pirates, I gotta buy those guns. Armored weapon mounts would be good. I do want a lot of so I won't put too much stuff on it. Oh, don't I have that? I do have that Fortress Protocol. Shield rate like 50%. This is the max speed. Yeah, this ship's speed is pretty big for this ship, though. It's supposed to be offensive, so... What's the thing that it does good? That was a very well-formed sentence there. What thing does it do good with? Omni lunge. Allows the ship make a rapid dash in any desired direction. That's useful. Ooh. Oh, that's useful. Sure, I'll buy more illegal goods. Man, they're really... I don't want to keep buying illegal things, but I feel like my hand is being forced here. I feel like it's fine as it is. I'll put my dragline support fighters on that. That was all I owned. Usually have more fighters at this point, but you know what? I'm just fucking intercept the drones. Be a support fighter ship. One thing I haven't done as much, which maybe I should. Well, I shouldn't, it's a bad idea, but when it's spend free OP and it buys things for you basically, and it picks what to do with the spare stuff. Oh shit, I shouldn't do that. What am I, stupid? I haven't put any guns on it. Let's go with the Annihilator rocket. And point defense in the back. Oh, it's weapon mounts. Now I can auto fit it with a bunch of shit. That makes the universal and hybrid. Not really ideal for it, but no. Sure. I'll max that out. That sounds good. And this, I'll just put the augmented drive fuel on, so it'll slow me down. Right, and this is all that's left, so put little thumpers on there, Vulcan cannons, stuff there. Sure. That all sounds fine, plus, and also dandy. Frigates, destroyers. I'm gonna be flying this, even though it's worse than this in pretty much every way. Ocean Elysium is really good at actually. What do I want to make a leap? This is actually an interesting question now. Minimum effective armor value raised from 5% to 10% of maximum. Shield raise rate, turn rate. You know what? I'll go weapons damage, increased damage to weapons and engines. That's usually pretty good. There we go. Fairly impressive little fleet I'm building, if I do say so myself, and I do. Oh, I could have. No. Yeah, you usually have to both be commissioned with the faction, and also they have to like you. which if you're commissioned with them, their opinion of you goes up by a lot. But there are sometimes ships you can buy if their opinion of you is high enough without being commissioned, but often they're not faction ships, or they're, you know, like destroyers or frigates. It's more common with independent military stuff, because I don't actually know. I guess you can be commissioned with the independents, I suppose, but they're a bit more likely to offer you commissioned ships that are military ships, that from their military that don't require a commission. In my experience, again, this is all. I make no definitive statements about objective truth in the game. I merely speak of things that I've heard and my experiences playing the game. Let's see. What the fuck is this? Allows to significantly increase the resilience and productivity of agriculture and livestock. Oh, because it's bio stuff, so they're actually really into genetic engineering, which is cool. Engineered viruses, fungi, or other engineered biological agents, inbuilt apoptosis mechanisms, make sure that the modified organisms require regular renewable administered solutions. So it's I'm not sure if that's to protect them from mutations, or if it's so that you need the device to keep running, so you can't just use it once and then sell it on, or that you need maintenance for it, or maybe they get a royalties if you use it. Increases farming art by 4 units. Add demand for points of gene tech. Yeah, I think that's something that they produce, gene tech, but I don't know. All right. I hope I have enough fuel now, currently, get there. I'm going to try and leave in the opposite direction from any of their fleets, in the hopes that, even though I bought a whole bunch of illegal shit, they won't care and they won't catch me. So I'm heading to this system first. That's the only exit. Well, they don't seem to have cared or noticed. Hooray! You can jump out with transverse jump, as long as you can jump in or out of a system with transverse jump, which it costs more fuel, and it takes, cost supplies because it reduces your combat readiness. But you can jump anywhere. You can jump from anywhere in a system, and you can jump into a system if you're close to it without having to be near one of the jump points, which is advantageous in a number of ways. That's in the opposite direction, so I'm not going to take that mission. I don't know if I've saved recently. Let me do that. I've got that save going in. Here we go. Oh, I should have bought more supplies. Shit. Oh, shit. Oh, crap. I'm not going to investigate that. Only 46. Only like a third of my remaining supplies. Shit, damn it, shit. Excuse me. Hopefully there's something here where I can get more supplies from. Something to blow up. Something to scavenge from or salvage. Otherwise I might have screwed myself a fair bit. One thing to do is suspend all repairs, which means your ships won't repair their lost combat readiness or damage. They'll just have their base upkeep. I really should, God, this takes... Well, it's only 2.5. Yeah, it's bad, but it's not terrible. But maybe I should stick it in, cargo or storage area somewhere. I probably shouldn't have transverse jumped twice. Or hyper warp jump. Jump. I might have to go back to the past. Samurai Jack. There's this thing they want me to scan. Jump point. Where's the other jump point? Back there. Only other jump point in the system. No supplies. What? Oh. Duh, the wrong one I was looking at. It's orbiting, this frozen world, the City of Brass. It's a cool name for a cold planet. There. Joke there. Cold planet. I'm thinking I might reload this. I'm kind of screwed. Can't plan ahead effectively. I bought too many ships. Should have a smaller fleet for this kind of work. Okay. It's not orbiting the planet at all in any way, shape, or form, but okay. I don't know if they know what the word orbiting means. Ooh, okay. I'm going to save. Copy. And I'm going to fight these schmucks. Hope I get enough supplies from them. Oh, that's... Yeah, I'll go with these three. Severely outmatches their fleet anyway, but... Ooh, myself into a bad position by relying on by using a ability system that always pushing you forward. Torpedoes, which are vanilla. They have the yellow warheads, and they're tracking. They're usually pretty good against frigates. see. Well, that's not going to save me, but it's a start. So let's see. It's over there, 19 days. I won't make it. Sorry, not sorry, pirates. Fuck you. I'm going to say at this point that I took your mission so nobody else would, not that I was overly optimistic in what I could accomplish. I have the supplies to last me for a little while. My fleet's still fucked up a lot, so I need to find some supplies very quickly. I hope I'm lucky. I hope I'm very, very lucky. Okay, good. There's at least a domain error probe. And I'm not gonna fight anybody for it, which is a blessing and a curse. Limits the amount of supplies I can get. I assume there's nothing else here. Ooh, Asphodel, the black hole. It's not in my path out. So I'm going to ignore it for now. Seems like a meaty contact, but I'm not going to head that direction. Yeah, the size of the more little triangles there are, and the larger the area, the more likely it is that it's a good. Is bombarded lifeless? It's like Mars. I don't know that that's habitable, but I think it's better than some. Let's see. Please let there be something there. Ruins. Well, no, I'd have to investigate. I'd have to survey to get the ruins. So, something other than ruins. Nothing. There's nothing there. Is it habitable? Okay, they are habitable. Yeah. Okay, it's habitable. You know, like Mars is. Again, this is from the perspective of, like, space future people. I suppose if you live in the space future, Mars is probably habitable. You have, like, the domes and such. Velo-class hive ship. Okay, so I absolutely cannot afford to have this in my fleet. It will slow me down. It will take my supplies. I'm going to take it anyway because I'm stupid. But I will mothball it immediately. Hope desperately it doesn't slow me down too much. Yeah, it failed analyzing shit, so sue me. Pirates. What legal court is going to protect a pirate's claim? I don't have the fuel to make it there, but I can head in that direction and hope I get the fuel to make it there. I'm going to head to Alpha Athos because I have more planets. Running on my likely bad theory that it's more likely to have something good in it. So it'll probably have nothing. Both systems have nothing. Yeah, there's a whole lot of nothing here. On to Gap. I'm heading to the Gap. Now I'm out of supplies again. Domain error survey ship. Real nice around now. Yeah, I'm screwed. Oh, right. No. Oh, wait, that's why the fuck. Wait, is that. Does this ship have. Does this planet have a fucking shield? This planet has a shield and automated defenses that will ruin me. This thing alone could probably beat, like, all of this, even if they were not horribly undersupplied. So I'm going to remember the system, the gap system, and I'm going to take the coward's way out and reload back and head in a different direction. I'm trying to find somewhere that doesn't absolutely fuck me. If you're curious, the choppiness when loading is also on my end. Right. If I can't find anything in the Toronto B system or Beta Toronto system, I might be shit out of luck, or at least I'll have to go back even further and not get that hide ship, which would be a real shame. Come on, binary star system. Okay, there's something. There's something. Yes. There was something. It wasn't great, but there was something. I think I can make it to another star with... How much fuel do I have, actually? 284. I can make it to Azia or Beta Meltner. They're in the wrong fucking direction, but at this point, I'm just going to hop from star to star and desperately hope that one of them has enough supplies of fuel for me to get back. Oh, right. Alright, fucking... I will go slower a bit because it's that was my tug, but I think it's worth it and not lose it. Oh man, look at all this stuff. It's a very promising sign. There will be nothing of value here. Oh look, that's nice. It's ruins. I can't investigate because I don't have the supplies. There's desert world. Deserts are very nice. I won't be able to investigate it because I don't have the supplies. And there's an arid world. I should keep this place in mind. This, what system is this? Azea. Oh, there's a domain error. That's nice. That's nice. That's cool. This is again, let me put that on the map. Not that, exploration. Cryo sleepers. I'll put that on my little list. You know, there is a ship defending that. I might fucking try and blow that up. Oh. Sweet domain supplies. Ah, dude, that fucking Shepherd class drone canter. I came out to the system and all I got was some harvested organs. So can I make it anywhere else? May? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save here. If neither of those systems has anything worthwhile, I'm going to load this save and try and blow up the destroyer that, or not destroyer, the battleship in the domain area that protects the domain area of Starsector, in the mad hope it will give me enough supplies and fuel. I will be able to make it out. Ooh, something else. Something in the asteroid belt. Another domain area probe. Yes. And it has survey data for habitable world. That would be very useful when I am not dead. Simlish. Lethia, so close and yet so far. Sure, a brown dwarf probably have something, right? It's almost guaranteed. Brown dwarf. Technically, I don't even think brown dwarfs are stars. If you want to be technical about it, I said technical twice, so you know I do. I think they're like proto-stars. A brown dwarf is like a gas giant that got big enough to almost be a star, but not quite a star. Yeah, yeah, no, nothing there. Delta Meitner wasted that fuel for nothing. I've got 6 days of supplies left. It's bad. 2 light years of fuel left. That's also bad. Ooh, got a contact. I got a contact. Please don't be a drone tender or something else tiny. Okay, it's another domain approach. Good. It's got automated defenses. That's also good. Yeah, I know. They're fucking... Yes. Danger of malfunction, I know. My ship's also fucked. For the love of fucking God, kill that thing. Oh shit, my engines are out. I win! This fight that should have been almost literal cakewalk. I win! I lost 50 crew, but I win! Every crew member I lose is a crew member I don't have to feed. Something about the sound of when you do the scavenging, at least with my headphones on, to me, sounds very much like someone is knocking on the door, which is incredibly distracting. I keep turning around being like, is somebody there? Somebody at the door? It's not. Alright. Alright. Okay. Okay. Alright. That will, you know, I should, not that one. Repair that, repair that. Repair those for a few days until they're back up to combat spec. By which I mean, okay, so, like, frontier combat spec, so shit. See, this whole thing, this whole situation I'm dealing with, this is why you have fleets with tons of ships with D-mods, because they take piss all in terms of supply to maintain them. Even the ones that have increased maintenance, I don't even know if that offsets the reduced maintenance from it being a shitty goddamn thing that you don't have to take care of. Save copy. Desperate fight for survival on the edge of the system sector, fueled only by my own stupidity and overestimation of my abilities. Okay, that's enough. No, not resume all, suspend all. They're repaired enough now. Damn it. There's two things in this system. Fuck. And also, all. Go to Zmei. To my dismay, I must go to Zmei. Yeah, no, okay, I'm gonna load. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So, okay, so instead of going there, I'm going to go to somewhere in the Elysia constellation. Hopefully Elysia has everything I need. Eventually I have to get lucky and run into something more than just domain era probes, right? Ooh, there's a jungle world. Okay, so let's see if this jungle world, the ruins. I guess I'm really strapped for resources. I guess I'll take the risk of performing a survey. Cost 20. This is a fucking nice system. despite the brain parasites. It does, they're good brain parasites. They're not the bad kind of brain parasites, but kill you. They're the good kind, what make you feel happy all the time. Or more conformist. Yeah, it makes them nicer. Makes people nicer. Okay, so I didn't get 20 supplies, so it wasn't worth it. Good to know. On to Beta Elysia. And scan, no. Oh, damn it. I'm on the razor's edge. There's nothing here. Literally empty. Actually, yeah, sure. Ooh. I'll save scum my way out of this eventually. I'm too proud to go back to from before I left to just buy more supplies or spend less on spaceships. Damn it. I'll find my way back. My way. The coward's way. The prideful coward's way. Look, my time travel powers, they only go back so far. I don't want to stretch it. I don't want to, fuck. Great. I guess I'm going to Gamma Elysia. Continuing the trend of going backwards from where I want to go because it's closer. Oh shit. I don't have enough fuel to get there either. Okay, so when you run out of fuel, you fuck. When you run out of fuel, what you do is you drift towards a star. I try to position it so that I drift. Ooh. Okay, again, I try and position things so that I drift in the path of a jump point that is not in fact the star, but sometimes you don't get that lucky. Alright. To have to go back to before. I'm going to have to go to the other one and hope it has lighter defenses I could take on. Isn't that sad? Maybe if I scavenge supplies from this other one first, I can have the I can put those supplies into a ship repair so I can have more ships so I can go kill these other ships and scavenge them for more supplies and fuel so I can get back to the past Samurai Jack. Get back to where we belong. It's exactly what I need, and I'm fucked. You know what? I'm gonna do something dumb. Bring that along. I'm hoping that this makes the difference. That stuff isn't firing. I forgot to... No, you go back there. Please go kill that thing. I'm gonna kill it. Oh god, this I should have gone for it when I had a chance. It's gonna fucking retreat. Ah, I got it. Okay, there we go. I'll go kill this thing. Range. Are you fucking kidding me? It ran to a guy. They both got intercepted by one fighter right on top of me. Damn you, one fighter. There we go. Okay, I win. Hooray, I win. Okay, so this will cover my, cover me from the fight. Nice. I'm getting a lot of supplies. A lot of desperately needed supplies. Okay. I should get something which helps me here. This is a piloted ship. Fleet. All deployment cost reduction all applies to maintenance costs, surveying equipment. 100% faster repairs out of combat, 25% of hull after combat for all ships at no cost. Yes, please. Actually, no. I actually don't want that right now. I'm kind of relying on the D-mods to not screw me. To have low supply cost. But, okay. I'll wait a little while, let my ships repair themselves a bit. Trying to burn too much of my supplies, waiting. Okay, suspend all repairs. Okay. That's enough repairing. Easy automated defenses. This one. Then that one. You know what? I'll try for this combo. Okay. That's good. Real. Everybody, stick close. Stick close. Ah, fucking Christ. Fucking. Not that close. Don't stick that close. Or was that just the fucking supply shit? Gets a couple more. I might have fucked myself. Oh, lucky. Pressure. So my engine's going out. That's not good. Not good that my engine's going out. Help me out, please. Okay, you're free. Go kill those. And your fighters. Okay, I can tell you to... Yeah, I can... Yeah, I don't know why I don't do that more. No, I guess you can't tell them to send their fighter escort to thing. Oh, whatever. shit, my fucking dying. Oh, fuck! Damn it! Motherfucker! I didn't know it had fucking... God, I didn't know it had fucking anti-shield missiles. God damn it. You motherfucker. I should be able to recover it. Hopefully without too many fucking D-mods. At least it'll be less, supply. Well, no, it won't. It'll be fucking crippled. That's basically useless. You know what, I'm gonna regroup all my things. Replacement rate. Yeah, my replacement rate is pitifully low. Pitifully low. Send these guys to go kill that. They should be able to do a much better job against it than... Yeah, there we go. Finish it off so I don't have to worry about it. Thank you. LSA. Die. Laser it. Use your pitiful little lasers to nat it to death. Direction. I'm not paying any attention. Alright. Okay, he's dead. Great. I don't know what the Simex stone does. Maybe it's like an explosive? That'd be nice. I have no idea if that confirms that or not. Oh, please, come on, please. You fucking shit. Can't take much more of this. Claim victory. You fucking kidding me? You're gonna make me use a goddamn point to recover that. I like how I didn't fucking bother getting another one. Sweet. Supplies I need. Well, not all the supplies I need. I got a decent amount of supplies. What was that about an officer? Oh. Yes. I will spend that sword gladly. Get another officer. Congratulations, Strike Commander. You know what? I'm gonna. You know what? I'll keep it as aggressive. Probably a bad idea, but I'll do it. I'm king of bad ideas. Okay, so it's 1,000. I can't make it. Can I make it to one of these? I've already fucking been there. That place is worthless. Gap doesn't have anything worth exploring. Maybe I should just go to a place that has, I've got a decent amount of supplies. I should go to a place that has, no, I mean, a place that has a nebula. Alright, I'll go back here. If I have to, I guess I can challenge that thing. At this point, I'm going to piss away a bunch of my supplies on fuel in the hopes that I can make it to Lethia. Is Lethia even closer? I feel like it is, but... Oh yeah, it's way closer. It's definitely closer. Prepared enough. Alright. Go down here and save. Here to save. Then 1192, 1122. I don't know how much it takes to jump out, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. Margin of error. Alright, that's fine. That's good. Perfect margin of error. It will take me a month to get there. My supplies will not last a month. Half a month, technically. I have almost enough supplies to make it. Almost is just good enough. This was, so in conclusion, absolutely worth like 90,000 credits. Worthwhile mission. Great idea by me, the commander, the admiral of the fleet. I was right again. I'm always right. I never make bad decisions. All my decisions are the best. Virus bombardment on the Luddic Church. That doesn't seem like it'll go away from the Luddic Church. Okay, I'm going to save and go see what that thing is, because if it has a lot of supplies in it, it might be exactly what I need. I think I have the margin of error to go investigate. I don't, but I think I do. Another one of these things with almost no fucking stuff. Oh my god. This is terrible. This is awful. Choices. Why would you force me to make this choice? Yes, I will save this thing. Like a fool. Like a fool, I will do it again. Class sniper battlecruiser. Like a madman. Okay, so yeah, that wasn't too far out of the way. Wasn't too far off the beaten path. I've still got the supplies and fuel to make it. If you stretch the make it to almost make it. I mean, I'll make it close enough that I'll drift into the star's gravitational field. That's making it in my book. That counts. That counts. This has been a highly successful mission. I don't know why I said I didn't have enough. I'm saying enough. Okay, so all that. Done most of this. Sell this, sell this, sell this. Sell that. That's good. What am I looking for? Oh, right, I gotta go comm directory, administrator. Please take these AI cores off my hands. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Now, give me supplies and fuel. Okay, that's, you know, I'm on top of the world again. I'm exactly where I need to be. I could sell this, but I won't. I will sell this, if I have to. Okay, so I've got plenty of supplies now. I've got tons of supplies. I'm gold. I'm doing great. Let's go. Oh, I don't have any. Point defense. What? Alright. I actually don't know what would be good on this. I'll just blast doors and thrusters. No, I'd skip blast doors. It's hard to go wrong with blast doors. Reduce crew losses, increase hull, and you definitely want to decrease the likelihood that it literally tears itself apart. It's always a good idea. Okay. Shield. Suppression. Anti-armor. Point defense and or anti-shield, I guess. Dedicated targeting core. Don't need expanded missile racks. It barely has any of those. I will give this one auxiliary thrusters. And everything else is vents and capacitors. Sniper battle cruiser. How about all purpose? Yeah, that's a good way to. That's a good way to polish that turd. All-purpose battle cruiser. Alright, I gotta fucking repair this piece of shit. Okay. Alright. That's as all as it should be. Well, that was a real harrowing adventure. I think I'm gonna call it here today. I gotta eat soon. I'll be back tomorrow. Might be playing more Starsector, but I might try High Fleet. And I might do both. I might try High Fleet and play some Starsector, or play some Starsector and try High Fleet. But, I hope anybody watching enjoyed it. I encourage anybody who seems interested, who feels interested in this kind of game, who thinks this looks neat, to pick it up. It's a small development team, indie games, not real. It's the people who love it really love it, but it's not super well known. Some more popular, like YouTubers and other people have covered it at this point. So you know, it's more, its name is out there, but this game is definitely worth all the love it gets and more, and I hope that comes through whenever I play it. All the frustrations and setbacks are part of the fun, and most of them are my fault anyway. So hard to blame the game for me being a moron. So with that being said, save and head out. But I'll, barring unforeseen circumstances, which is might as well, I'm gonna make that my catchphrase now. Lord, barring unforeseen circumstances, Asmodeus. I will be back tomorrow to play some more of this or High Fleet, most likely. Exit. So, see you then.